Greetings Internet, it's VEDA Day 29 and I thought today it might be interesting to have a little look at some of my YouTube statistics. Even though I'm a fairly small YouTuber and get a pretty minuscule amount of views, I always find looking at the data and statistics available fascinating. And hopefully you do too, because that's what we're about to do. So welcome to YouTube Analytics. I'm going to set the time frame to just show us details for April. Although if you don't know, it takes YouTube 2 or 3 days to post the statistics on a particular video, so this is going to be slightly biased against the videos from the last couple of days, but it'll still give us a reasonable picture of how things have gone over VEDA. You can see there the whopping amount of ad revenue I have made over this period, and 570 views for a total of 28 videos doesn't seem too bad, which actually works out as an average of 22 views per video. But that's nowhere near what I actually got, because I've got a couple that got way more than all the others. In fact, we can have a look at that now, I think. If we order this list by the view count, you'll see VEDA number 14 got 92 views compared to the normal average of like 15 to 20 on all the others. And still, one of my really old videos that was posted there 2011 still keeps getting lots and lots of views. I forget what total it's up to now. Can I find out there? Let's just have a quick look. 556 total. I'm not entirely sure why people are still now interested in my opinion on 3D glasses. But anyway, that's not really related to VEDA statistics. So of my top 5 videos viewed this month, only one of them is actually one of my VEDA videos. One of them, if you look more closely, is actually from VEDA 2014, the last time I did this. The second most popular is Resistance 2016 footage, which is again not really surprising because that's the kind of thing people would be searching for. And then there's my intro to VEDA video, because I guess people are interested at the beginning that you're starting and then kind of give up as you're going through the month. And then of course videos with Corolla, because she's way more popular on the internet than I am. Most of the rest, 10 to 16, all very similar. What I do find interesting is that I am getting some views from YouTube Red, although it seems in a lot of cases only one. So it sounds like I've got one subscriber out there who's a YouTube Red subscriber. In fact, I think I can check that. If I change this to show only people who are subscribed, then yeah, the YouTube Red doesn't change. So they're not people who are just finding me by search. They are actually subscribed to me and YouTube Red. Anyway, back to everybody's data. So where's everybody coming from? Most people, of course, are coming via subscriptions and homepage screens and things, which I will not be featured on, but mainly the subscription feed. But quite a lot of people are just coming from YouTube search. But if you click that, you can quickly see why. Sheffield Axe Attack, Sheffield Attack, Sheffield Axe, Policing Gleedless. It's all related to the violence and murder video I made, which was one of the outliers that got way more views than any of the others, which is not really very surprising. 3 people found me by searching for beard, though. Let's have a look what you're all watching on. Unsurprisingly, most on computer, but less than 50%. Mobiles and tablets getting way more popular these days, and a few of you watching on TVs and consoles. And one thing I've been noticing on my dashboard through the months, generally people say that you lose subscribers over VEDA because of the sudden increase in videos, which I guess can be considered a bit spammy. But I did lose 1, but I've gained 7. So that's pretty good. So if you're one of my new 7 subscribers, hello, welcome. So what about likes and dislikes? I don't remember getting any dislikes this month. My most liked videos were the DIY ones, which is interesting because those videos I didn't think were particularly great. They were quick ones that I did on my phone. But I guess possibly they got a lot more attention because that was day 2 and 3, rather than now when it's day 28 and everyone's getting a bit tired of all the VEDA videos in their subscription feeds. So yeah, not bad for a tiny channel, 87 likes for 28 videos. I'd say that's pretty good. And it does breed a fair amount of community as well. Everybody comments on the videos, although only a few, but more so than on any of my other channels. Now this one I'm interested in looking at, annotations. Because I take the time to put annotations on the end screen of all my videos and sometimes in other places. But the question is, how many times does anybody click them? And the answer is very little. And they are the videos with a particularly notable annotation, because I can tell by the titles, those are the ones that have got links to my shelf building time lapse, which is probably a lot more attractive than many of my other annotations. But as we saw earlier, only 49% of you are watching on computer, and if you're not doing that, then you can't see annotations, and instead you have to use cards, which I started trying to use during this VEDA period. So let's see if anybody clicked on any of those. And that is interesting. They do seem to be a lot more popular. Not hugely, but more. So Violence and Murder was my most popular video this month, which is not entirely surprising because that incident made national news in some cases, and everything else that's popular is also understandable, that includes some kind of keyword that people would generally be searching for, rather than just people finding me in their subscription feeds. Locations of where people have been watching me from is mostly understandable. Then there's some slightly weirder ones further down. Saudi Arabia, Zimbabwe. For some reason I'm more popular in South Korea than I am in the Netherlands. Kind of surprised to see Australia down on page 2 though, because normally the English-speaking countries would come up higher up the list simply because of the language barriers. But I guess it's sometimes easy to forget how well the European countries do speak English. Finally, let's have a quick look at audience retention, because this is one of the most depressing stats. Although these numbers are looking a bit better than usual, I guess. My most popular video, the Violence and Murder one, 5 minutes long, but the average view duration was only 2 minutes. So if you look at the graph, you'll see that everybody sees my intro and then decides they don't want to watch it. The people who stick around for a bit, but generally keep trailing off towards the end. And that's a pretty consistent, normal thing to happen. But it's kind of depressing to look at these graphs, and you see that people are interested in clicking the video, but then as soon as they see your intro, within 10 seconds, 20 seconds, they've given up and not watching anymore. I mean, some of these get really low. The 3D glasses video that I mentioned that keeps getting views only gets views for the first part of the video. It's a 3-minute video, but on average people only watch 50 seconds of it before they get bored. 15 seconds and most people have dropped off and gone away. So yeah, I generally don't like to look at this page, although I know from talking to other YouTubers this is basically the same for everybody, but it's a very weird statistic and a bit worrying. But then there's weird ones. I don't quite know how it's possible to have 157% watch time on a video. My project for Awesome 2013 Friends of the Earth video is 2 minutes long, but somehow the average watch time is 3 minutes. I guess maybe possibly people are skipping about in it or something, but I'm not really sure that makes a lot of sense. Maybe the graph will tell us. No, that doesn't even... There were not... Right. There are not enough views in the date range for this content, so I've only had like 12 minutes of watching in Germany. That wasn't you, Corolla, was it? Anyway, That's not even a VEDA video from this month, so we don't need to worry about that. I think that's most of the interesting possible stats covered. Well, except there was one I noticed the other day. The people who have found my videos from external places like Google and such places, some people are coming from Twitter, probably my Twitter. But interestingly enough, southyorkshirepolice.uk, I've not been able to find that link on the internet. Maybe they've got like a secret forum or mailing list somewhere, but it seems that someone on the police force at least was interested on my video on the crime in this area. And 5 hits from HTC MMS, which sounds like someone out there with a HTC phone has been texting about me. So yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully you found that as interesting as I did. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the last day of VEDA.